Hello, my name is Abdullah and this is my partner Shahbaj.
Hello, I'm Shahbaj.
I'm here to introduce our project, an online stock trading application developed using network sockets. This project involved creating both server and client components to enable communication via TCP sockets. We used the Python programming language and SQLite to implement the application. The purpose of this system is to simulate a simplified version of a stock trading platform, allowing users to register, log in, list, buy, sell stocks, check balance, log out, and shut down the server. While we developed and tested this system using localhost as allowed by our professor, it can run on any environment that supports Python 3. I was responsible for implementing the server-side functionality. This involved managing the server socket and handling commands such as buy, sell, list, and shutdown. My partner Shahbaj was responsible for the client-side functionality. This included managing the client socket, implementing the user interface, and sending commands to the server side, such as buy, sell, list, balance, shutdown, and quit. Now we are going to show a demo of our project with example transactions.
Okay, before showing the demo, let's just go through our database and server and client code first. So here we have the setup for our database. First, let's just go with our user table. So these are the required uh, columns that we needed for the database: first name, last name, user name, password, and USD balance. The USD balance cannot be null, so it starts with 100, but we'll come back to this later. Then the project required us to have only one stocks table, but instead we created two. This actually makes sense because stock market is like the template or all the available stocks that we have available in the market for the users to buy, and stocks is like just transaction or receipts kind of table that stores all the information about all the user transactions. So if we go to our database here, we'll see that for stock market, these are the available stocks that the users can buy, and these are the stock prices. But it's like easier to update or change from admin's perspective instead of like having all these prices on the stocks for the user side. And this is the stocks table. As you can see, like there are some duplicates because some stocks are bought by different users. But if the same stock is bought by the same user, let's say if someone has 5 shares of Amazon, then they buy two more, then it's just gonna update to like 8 or 7 new shares instead of like having a new Amazon stock raw. Then we have the client side. Here we have server config. Then we have this is the code that's always listening for any commands from the client side, such as login. If it doesn't log in, then we have error message, error handlers. All the use cases are tested, verified that the server takes appropriate action for each cases. Then you have the login. These are the functions that individually make new accounts or like let's user login. After that, we have user commands. So after logging in, the user can do these actions. First, we have list, and then we have individual functions that takes care of each events. We have buy, sell, and balance. And if it's not any of these, then we get a response that's just not allowed. Okay, and this function handles all the buy options. This is one of the functions that after checking all the actions from the users, if it's like verified, if it's not one of these, then we just update or insert based on if the user already had this stock bought. Let's say like I showed you before, if he had 5 stocks of Amazon bought already, then if he wanted to buy new ones, then it would just get updated instead of updating or like inserting a new list. If it's not there already, then we just add it to the list. Then we have sell command, and we have error handlers. This is the stock quantity. Then we have balance for the user, and this is the handle function. So it first shows all the available stocks in the market, and then it shows the user stocks that they bought or they have already. And this is our client code. So we have this library imported because one of the requirements by the project was that the command line should be able to, or has to log into the server by itself. So, and this is simple client code, so we don't really need to go through that, but basically it just sends all the commands to the server. So let's just run our server first. Python server. So our server is started, but for our client it's a little more work. So client.py, then 127.0.0.1. This is the client side, localhost IP, and this is the port number. So we are connected to the server, but we can also have multiple users connect to it. So let's do that. We can copy this. And this is also connected. As you can see, all the updates are being shown in the server side as well. So this is our first connection from this client. This is the second one. We have different port numbers for each. So let's just see what happens first. As you can see, our client side is showing that we have to log in or register first. This is the actual registration form. So for the first one, let's just log in. This is username and password. One of the username is login, and it's 123. So we are logged in, but for this client, let's try to register. Bob Manny 123. And for registration, you can see that we gave the user the ability to add their own balance, but this is not actually good practice. But for the sake of simplicity, we are just doing this. So let's just give him $8,000. So we are successfully registered. So for on this account, we can't list. So here the server response was, these are the stocks available, and you can see that the server is also showing that user 2 is requesting the stock list, and he has these stocks available now, but we can buy more stocks, let's say, or he doesn't have enough money, I think. So let's just sell one Microsoft stock, and you can see that successfully sold 1 shares of Microsoft for $200, and he has $600. So we can check. We already have the before that we had 2, but now we have 1, so we can buy as well. Buy AMD. Let's buy 2 of them. Successfully bought 2 shares of AMD, and we have $200 left. And simultaneously, this account will also work, so we can buy NVIDIA 5 shares. Successfully bought 5 shares of NVIDIA, and we have for $3,600, and we have 4,000 remaining. We can sell NVIDIA 2. We sold one of them. We have 5,000 now. So we can check the balance as well. But it was already shown, but yeah. So this is working. Then we can log out. Successfully logged out. So let's see if it works. If we log out, yeah, it's not gonna work because you have to be logged in to see anything, because it's not gonna show your stocks if you're not logged in. But for this client, it will work. So let's see. Yes, it's working. And in the meantime, everything is being updated on the server, and it's being printed as to who is requesting what. Okay, let's just go through some error handling by the system. Let's see if it works. So let's say buy, and if we say something that does not exist, it's gonna say stock not found, because our server side is actually checking the stock market table and sees if this stock exists. If it doesn't exist, that the user can't buy. So this is one example of error handling. Then we have sell. Let's say maybe this user does not have Amazon Live, so you don't have this stock. But if we do have this stock, and if we try to sell more than that, so let's see which stock we do have, and then we'll try to sell more than the stock we have. So we have one or MD3 share. Let's try to sell 4 of these, because we don't have more 4. So let's see what it does. So the server is saying the requested stock quantity exceeds stock balance. Since we have only 3, we can't sell 4. So these are a few of the examples of error handling. Let's see if we say something else. It's gonna say unknown command, so it's pretty error safe. The server is constantly updating for any user request that being sent. If you remember, we are logged out of this account, but we can log back in. Let's see. This is one of the other accounts. We successfully logged in, and we can list. Yep, everything is working fine, and our code is not breaking. So now let's try out our shutdown case. As you can see, we shut down from the client side. So the server lost connection with the client, but this client should still be able to access the server and do any sorts of transactions. So we can buy MD5. There we go. And this is our server. As you can see, some of the functions that was described in the project requirement, we sort of changed styles. So first we required the user to log in or register, even only if they can be able to like do any sorts of buying, selling, or listing any data. So ours is kind of different. So we have buy Microsoft and the number of stocks they want to buy, or sell Microsoft, the number of stocks they want to sell. And that's pretty much it for our presentation of our working project. And that's it. Thank you so much.